Bright suns and rising moons, fellow droids. Welcome to Not the Droids podcast. I'm Danny.
And I'm Mayuri. Um, we are back to the Clone Wars episodes for the short cartoon instead of the movie. The first episode we'll be talking about is season 3, episode 1, Clone Cadets. And then we're gonna hop to Tales of the Jedi, season 1, episode 5, Practice Makes Perfect. And then back to the Clone Wars for season 3, episode 3, Supply Lines. I'm curious as to when the Tales of the Jedi came out compared to Clone Wars.
I
Danny
have
has
all
the
the dates. It's really funny because every time we start, I have to mentally prepare which podcast I am currently doing.
You're like, which one?
And which is why I had an awkward pause. All right, so Clone Cadets came out September 17th, 2010.
Okay. That was a while ago.
Well, you have to remember the Clone Wars movie was 2008.
That's true. Oh, so okay.
Would you like to take a guess at what year Tales of the Jedi released?
No.
October 26th.
2021.
So actually, you were really close. It was 22.
Oh, hey.
So, like, we're recording this the day after its anniversary.
And then I assume Supply Lines was back in 2010 then.
Yes,
It's the
September
same season.
24th. So, 2 weeks later because we skipped an episode in between based on the timeline.
Yeah. I really can't wait to where like back to the beginning.
We're
Some
getting
of these
close to it.
timeline orders are very wonky.
Yeah.
Um,
Which makes
but
sense, like watching Clone Cadets, it was a flashback to our Clone War buddies that we will eventually know very well.
so I sent you a thing, but I don't know why. Literally, the Instagram algorithm must have known
It
that I was
knows.
going to watch this episode because I have seen so many edits of Ahsoka training. Those exact from this episode. I have
Yes.
seen so many edits of it. Now, it was
Well, not
before I
from this
even watched
episode.
it. Well, so a lot, some of them, I
That's
didn't send you the
that's Tales
one,
of the Jedi. We're talking about Clone Cadets
Clone
first.
Cadets first. Um, but so I think I figured out what is throwing me about the intro to all of the Clone Wars episodes. Have you seen Starship Troopers?
No.
That's a darn shame, and you should watch that. I know that's hypocritical coming from me. I know it is, but it is a highly enjoyable, super campy movie that at the beginning of it, they do this whole propaganda spiel to get people to sign up to join the war effort. And the intro to all of the Clone Wars, the voice over
Mhm.
sounds exactly like that propaganda video.
Maybe we will do it as a bonus episode. And we will
Starship
what?
Troopers?
Yes. Because it's like a parody-esque.
Kind of, yeah, I would say.
So we can make it
It's one
work.
of my it's one of my favorite
I
movies.
know it is, and that's why I'm like, well, maybe we do it as a bonus because I know how much you like it because you reference it a lot, and
hmm
you don't know a lot of movies to reference a lot.
Oh, shut
So
up. It's an old movie that I reference a lot because it's one of the only old movies I've seen.
yeah, I know. We asked about the Goonies again, and we're like, all right,
No,
she's never seen it.
no,
Still, to this day.
no. Maybe
So,
one day, but probably not. I want to know
mhm.
who in Star Wars land is coming up with all the names for all the clones. Because also, all they do is roast each other. The fact that the one guy's name was Echo because all he does
Is
is
repeat things.
repeat things, it's hilarious. I'm like,
I think they just kind of happen. It was like when Brick, the bounty hunter, was talking to the one that's always making jokes. He's like, "Oh, thanks for my name, cut up." Like,
was so weird. That one was the only weird one.
yeah, that one was a
Um,
weird one. I was like, was very because in the beginning, he was CT 78. No, no,
he was
wrong one.
No, no, no. He was the CT
No, that
something.
was
No?
Heavy.
Oh, yeah. I also enjoyed that they called one of them droid bait, and he was the one who always got shot down first.
Yeah.
It took me a ridiculously long time to realize that their unit was called Domino
They all.
because they all fall down. That's so harsh.
It is, but they do actually say what their name is eventually in this. I don't know if you caught it because you haven't watched the series yet.
No, what do you mean? I thought they were just Domino.
They are, well, they didn't reference it, but towards
Wait, is
when,
this the Bad Batch?
yes,
Oh, so that's why I was like, we got Bad Batcher 99. I just didn't realize that this team is renaming themselves the Bad
this is
Batch.
the Bad Batch crew.
Oh, so we
So
will
when he
see
says
them
we're just a
again.
bad batch, it was like a little, hey.
Um, so one of the things that I pinged on this because this whole episode was about it was introducing Bad
I
Batch
actually really
basically.
enjoyed, well, because we've already seen Rex, who
Mm-hmm.
we actually don't see here, or his name is not mentioned here.
No, but
Um, I liked seeing like how they kind of came to be because they weren't the best of the best. And so we have our bounty hunter Brick, who is left to train them because the Jedi don't have the time to train him.
mm-hmm.
And then we have LS. I went
Yeah,
off
I
the
think they
spell
keep saying Ellis.
Ellis. Okay. I went off the spelling on the subtitle, so that's what I wrote it down as. I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't pay
They
attention to how they
it's
said it.
spelled like two words, but they've been
Yeah,
saying Ellis.
Ellis. All right. Well, Ellis is like the cheerleader. He's like, this crew's got something. Don't give up on them. Whereas Brick's like, get rid of them. Just send
Send
them down
them
to
down to
maintenance.
maintenance
Get rid of them.
with poor 99. I feel so bad
499. The
for
maintenance
that.
guy. I felt bad
Yeah.
for him too. And then he tells
One
us he never even had a chance to not be there. I was like,
I
oh,
mean, I was gonna say, are you surprised? There's a reason why 99 is a bad batcher. Like,
no, I know. But
um, I was gonna say, assuming that these are all like they're all clones, they're all been in the same environment,
mhm.
going episode to episode, it is just extremely crazy to me how different everyone's personalities are.
Yeah.
Because usually your personality is a product of where you came from and how you grew up.
But even though they're all in the like same situations, they're not having the same experiences. And there's also this mention when they're talking to the tall ladies that since Jango Fett has passed, the DNA is a little more corrupted and it's becoming harder and harder to create clones because they don't have like the pure sample anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if that plays into them being more susceptible to gaining personalities and kind of
As
getting
opposed to being like the straight
the
lace.
robot. Yeah, like having personalities and growing as individuals. Um, because they said that the newest clones are having some issues.
I mean, that makes sense. I also was wondering why they didn't just find someone else to clone.
I was like thinking that too, but I'm also like, okay, I
I
guess
was like, is this a small plot hole here? Like, why are we only wanting Jango Fett's DNA?
because they had perfected it at that point.
Maybe. Maybe
But
they enhanced it to a point.
yeah,
Um,
like
but yeah. No, I really like this episode because like it was very much just like, hey, this is they're not that terrible on purpose. They go through training, and I wonder if the training gets lax as more time goes on. Because I feel like it's a
I,
running joke that the
well, I
stormtroopers,
yes, but it's also like there's the stormtroopers and then there's like the
the clones.
clones.
Oh, okay.
Um, and with their situation, I think it's more so this bounty hunter is just like expecting his paycheck and he actually doesn't care to help them to the point that when they go to retake their final test, He's taken away the tools that would give them a reason to succeed.
Yeah, which they succeed anyway, which is great.
And then
Because
they
what
realize they're like, this is the first group that actually like thought on their own
it's
and used their
diversity of
brains and figured
thought.
it out. Their biggest problem with why they kept failing was themselves. Because like in the beginning, they didn't cover every character, but they were like, Echo never adapts. He's always having to follow orders. C2782, who becomes heavy, follows
Just goes
one
on his
path
own.
and he's very much on his own.
One of
So,
them was called Fives, not five, Fives with an S. No, I totally like that. And I like that I assume we're going to see them throughout the Clone Wars.
well, because we have already seen Rex and his crew. It's just we don't have Rex yet here,
Yeah.
or he gets renamed. I'm not quite sure.
No, because we already, if this is chronological, we've already had Rex.
We have had Rex, but this is a flashback. This isn't chronological like in our timeline. This is a flashback
Oh.
to when because in this they're training to be released to help the separatist.
Oh.
So this is actually, and this is
I
why one of the
missed
reasons,
that.
yeah, this is one of the reasons it fell in season three is they're flashing back to when the Dominoes first kind of became that group that we have already seen when Ahsoka first appeared in the movie. So this isn't actually like chronological in a row. At least that's what it felt like to me, is
I thought
because
this was a different group.
I know Rex belongs to this group, and that's why I assumed it was a flashback.
Oh. See, I don't know that.
Yeah. So that's why, let's see.
It's too bad they all look the same.
I know.
Can't tell who's who. Um,
Clone cadets, a
well, because
flashback.
I feel like one of them would have been called Rex.
If AI does not help. No, Clone Cadets is not a flashback. It is a prequel episode that takes place chronologically before the first season episode. Um,
I'm gonna have to take it up with the guy who made this thing. This episode should have come first.
so maybe, but here's the thing is it might be correct in chronological because Rex isn't with them. But we've only
So
met Rex
maybe
as a name
so maybe Rex is not one of these
yet.
yet. Maybe they join Rex's unit.
Yes, that's what I'm now thinking. Is like in my head it was a flashback, but I was just like the whole time I was like, "Where's Rex?" And so I
Yeah.
think this is the crew that eventually joins up with Rex.
Because, like, to
But
me, it seemed like, yes, it's a training flashback, but it seemed
Mhm.
like it was chronological. Like, they're in
Mhm.
war. They
Yeah.
have the other like squad leaders come
Yeah,
to
see, my
evaluate
head was
them.
like they just released them so quickly that it's not like that.
Yeah. They just die so quickly,
Yeah.
too. But that's why I'm like, I feel like it's just like, because also they're stretching the DNA, right? So the
Yeah.
original set of the pure DNA clones have been out in the war, and now they're going on like set two, or like they're still trying to clone people. Like, because that was one of my questions is like, do we just have the set amount of clones they created, or are they constantly
I
creating
think
more clones? And I think they're constantly
they're
creating more
constantly creating, which
clones.
is why they are now hitting this problem is that the DNA is being degraded because they keep creating more clones, so they don't have a pure sample anymore because Django has passed.
Yeah, so that's what I mean is it's just like that answers that
Yeah.
question for me. It's like they're not all trained and ready to go out. Like they're just constantly adding
Yeah.
because like one of the things, and like I know that you haven't read this book, but like one of the things in the motif of war is that the side that is like the wrong side, so in Star Wars would be the separatists,
Hmm.
they are willing to exploit any resources they have that doesn't result in a loss of life because it keeps their ranks up, right? So the separatists are using droids for the majority of their fighting, whereas the Republic are using clones, which are a finite resource.
Yeah.
And as time goes on, they're degrading. And I'm wondering, because like we all know who loses here. Um, if the Clone Wars like really highlights some of that as we go through the 5 seasons. Like
Yeah.
if they're gonna highlight the areas where like the Jedi's moral high ground is what
Yeah.
ends up losing them the war against the separatists and the
Mhm.
Empire. So like that's why it's like it came up as like a thing in the book that I read, and I was just like, huh, like every time you see about like the good guys losing, it's because they were unwilling to like truly part with their moral high ground to
Yeah.
just do that. So I mean, I guess I relate to Anakin there. Like it's
Well,
frustrating. So I
our
mean,
clones have not departed from their moral high ground, but they have departed
they
from their
have.
old ways.
Yeah.
So we are going towards the end of this episode, and Heavy, who has now talked to 99, says, "No leaders, we are a team."
Which is great, except Heavy has the number 1 on his outfit, by the way. So
I think though at the end they actually like clear the numbers. I don't think at the
I
end what
know,
he
but I
does.
just think it's a funny thing because it's a group of
It,
5 and he's
yes.
wearing the number 1. So
And
one would assume.
but by assuming, by no longer becoming like he has to be alone and do it all his own, he has made himself the
Yeah.
leader, but he also made them a team. So I
No,
think
I
it
think
stands.
he did a great job. He left his ego at the door finally, but I really loved it. They did way
I really
beyond what
like this
anybody thought.
episode. I
I
really did like
actually,
this
like I
episode.
said, I really liked this episode. I liked the next episode, even though it was short, The Tales of the Jedi. I know it's an Ahsoka episode. First of all, my very first comment in my own brain was that she has more clothes on, which is always helpful when you're trying to fight a war. So like I'm assuming she does the like droid thing because they're showing her skills after her Jedi training at
Well,
Coruscant.
it's kind of, oh, it just depends on where I think so. I think that is where she does train. But also it's like a throwback into our world of the young Jedi adventures. We always see them training with the little moving droids.
Yeah, so like we understand the droid training, so the fact that they're just showing the end of it, I'm like,
Hmm.
great, I got you. We know what her journey has
Yeah.
been.
Well, and you also have to remember this was released in 2010, 2022, 12 years after the Clone Wars has actually started airing.
Yeah, but it's still
It's
chronologically.
still chronologically, but when it came out, most of the people that knew Ahsoka already knew like this. So you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what it's doing.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of liked it. It just like, and I love the moment where it's Anakin. Anakin's just not impressed. He's like, droids are
He
literally
was a bit
machines.
rude. I'm like, he
I
was
don't
just
think
like,
so. I think he was perfectly fine.
I think he was fine once he went and talked to her individually, but like when they left the room, he was just like, and like the way he like appeared, he was late for her thing. I was just like, dude, she a kid.
She wants to fight in a war.
I know.
She
I
doesn't need to be
don't know that she wants
babied.
to fight in a war. It is her duty to fight in a war.
It is her duty to fight in a war, but you cannot say that Ahsoka is not ripping to get out there.
Oh no, she is, but that's kind of,
Exactly. So like I do like that eventually Anakin sits down with her after
yes.
torturing her for so long.
Mhm.
And he's just like, you want to go out into a war? It's my responsibility to make
Make
sure
sure
that
that
you can fight in that
you
war,
can protect yourself. It wasn't even that you could fight, it was that you can
can
protect
protect
yourself.
yourself because he
Um,
feels ownership over her.
yes.
So, like,
Which was nice to finally see because in the beginning scenes,
you don't see it.
you don't see it and you have that callback to the movie where he was just like, I don't want one. Like, I did enjoy because I do enjoy some random captions. When she went against the newer droids to simulate battle droids, it said droid sputters after she sliced it, and I really enjoyed
I
that.
saw that. Well,
Um,
I did like the training, and I agree with Anakin though. It's predictable and it's
it is.
easy.
No, it is. I mean, I don't say no. I just the way he handled it in the beginning, I was like, really like, you're gonna do this to her? But then he brings in Captain Rex and the other clones, and one of the other clones we meet is Jesse. So I'm just trying to pick up some of the names of possible clones we will
Well, I feel
become
like they're
friends with.
naming the clones that we do care
Yes.
about. Like they are giving them names because they're important
Yes.
eventually.
Jesse did not set uh his weapon to stun. This goes on YouTube. We have to watch our words.
Oh, yes.
I wanted to say phaser, and I'm like, that's Star Trek.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It was
phaser.
like phasers to stun. I'm like, that is the wrong terminology, wrong
Yeah,
series.
his pew pew.
Yeah. So
Um,
he knocked Ahsoka out for a full hour.
but I do enjoy that the more she gets stunned, I actually like think this was also a point. The more she gets stunned, the more her body gets used to it, so she wakes up faster.
She does. I will also say this covers a range of time
Oh yeah, it's not
because
happening all at
so
once.
no, but it's not a chronological complete with for us because we have it, then it's fade to black because she's knocked out. Back up in another location has both sabers now. Both are green.
Well, she had both sabers in training.
No, she only was using one saber in the
No,
beginning.
she in the beginning, but towards the end she had both.
Because in the middle section of time, so it faded to black because she knocked out. When she woke up, it was a later time.
Yeah,
She
she had
wasn't in,
two.
yes. So then she had two sabers, so that we now see the passage of time. Fade to black, wakes up again, and she is in one of her outfits that is from a later season of the Clone Wars. I only know that
Yeah,
because I've been
I
building.
noticed. I was just like, it's a blue outfit and
It's the
she has
blue, yeah.
armor,
I
and I was
know,
just like,
yeah. See, I know the
Rex is.
outfits because I have cosplay plans with Ahsoka, and I have an Ahsoka cosplay. And when I was deciding which Ahsoka I wanted to be, I was looking at all the different seasons, live action cartoon, which ones I wanted to do. So I immediately was like, oh, that's her later season one. Um, and it ends, and she's definitely in trouble where this episode ends.
So I don't think she's in as much trouble. I think that they're intentionally taking
I
her
think they are.
into.
But at this point, they know her because they say we have Tano, which is her last name. She's Ahsoka Tano,
Yeah.
and the
Well, but
commander.
also like where she's going is in an entire room of clones.
Yes,
And currently in our current timeline, there are no bad clones except for the one.
there aren't, but because of the outfit change, we know it's a few years
No,
from.
I'm totally following you
Yes,
there. I'm
but it
just
also
saying,
feels like they're walking, and the commander is like, "I hope your training prepared you for this," and it feels like it went from them like talking because they know each other to them putting on a facade, like, "Oh, she's now
yeah.
our
Isn't
prisoner."
that Rex? I thought that was Rex.
Yes,
No, that's why they're intentionally walking into a trap.
yes,
Like he's fake arrested her.
yes.
So like
That's
a part of me thinks like in the future what's going to happen is more clones are going to defect to the separatists.
we
And
will discuss that as we get there.
well, I came in the episode. That's I'm
I
just
know,
speculating.
but at the end of this episode, we are way further than we are even. We are not going to reach
I
that this year.
I totally get it. I'm just saying that's the
I know.
episode we
I
watched.
try to keep us chronological, so I try not to think
You're
ahead.
trying too hard. That's the episode we watched. I can
I
speculate,
know.
and then in a year
You can speculate.
when we finally get to the end of
I don't know if we're gonna get there in a year.
no, we'll get there in a year.
No, because we have The Mandalorian, and then if season two of Ahsoka's out, we are going to pause because we're gonna have to watch Ahsoka. Because I'm not waiting till it hits chronologically. Just saying.
Well, waiting till
However,
it hits chronologically would kill us.
I would cry.
Um,
I'd be like, "What do you mean I can't watch Ahsoka right as it drops?"
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So it's it. I mean, we talked a lot about it, and it was a 5 minute episode. So
we don't know when Ahsoka is dropping, though. It could theoretically.
it's in post production right now.
Oh
I have a
shit! It's
feeling they're
gonna
gonna
drop next
probably
fall.
either the spring or the next fall.
I feel like next fall probably.
I
Um,
think it's more likely next fall because of the Mandalorian movie coming out. So a lot of the press will be for that. But that means we could have a really cool possible Ahsoka situation at D23.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen Ahsoka season one.
And we'll watch. Once we have the dates, we will get it built
We'll add
in.
it in.
But
Okay, so
I will be
theoretically,
crying at D23.
we'll probably be in the Clone Wars until like, oh my God,
We're not going to talk about it. It's going
2028.
to be too
Oh my
stressful.
God, it's there's so many episodes.
There. All right. But we have, I'm gonna just say it here. We have updated our schedule a little because of the length of the episodes. We're actually gonna try to do 3 episodes per
Yeah,
podcast episode, to try to keep things a little more concise and like keep it rolling a little more. And we'll play with that as we see episodes and we're like, oh, this whole episode needs a whole thing, or this is a two-parter, we shouldn't have a third. So we'll adjust as we go. But right now, our next episode, we're actually going to cover 3 episodes instead of two. This one's technically three, but one of them's 5 minutes, so it's a little,
it was 15 minutes. It was not
it
5.
felt like five.
But yeah, the last episode I will say reminded me of why I never got into Battlestar Galactica. And that's because it was just politics.
I
Um,
struggled with this episode because of it. We did meet the Twi'leks,
I literally only wrote one comment here, and it is I hate Jar Jar Binks. And thought.
Senator Jar Jar,
No, representative.
oh, representative.
He is not a senator. He is just a representative from Naboo
Yes.
who sucks at his job and is annoying.
But
Oh,
we
he did distract
he
the Trade
did. He did.
Federation.
He was the right person for this job. I'll
Yes,
put it that way. So we do meet the Twi'leks.
which was great.
Well, the Twi'leks are people that we will come across a
A
lot.
lot.
And some of them are characters that we are gonna love, and I can't wait for you to meet them.
Yeah. I've seen
Um,
people dressed up as that green lady at
Hera,
Comic-Con.
Hera. Um, you will meet her in Ahsoka, but she also comes in some other series too.
Yeah.
Do you
I
know, let me verify my information is correct. The actress who plays Hera,
no. I
um,
probably do. I just don't know it. No, but the girl that I saw that was in the cosplay for her was really good. I think she
the
said
Star Wars
she
cosplayers,
made her own silicone I don't know what they're called, legus,
Leku,
whatever. Thank
L-E-K-K.
you.
Yeah, they're Leku.
I was calling them legumes in my head and I was like, that is
No.
not the right word.
There's a person who s- creates them and makes patterns for them so people can make them, and I really want to buy one of the patterns. In live action Ahsoka, the actress who plays Hera is married to our very own Obi-Wan.
Oh.
So she is married to Ewan McGregor.
What's her name, Danny?
Her name is Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah. I've seen her with him. That makes sense.
Well, it was
That's kind of
funny
cute. That's kind of
because
cute for them.
it is very cute. It's funny because I believe it was him that was at a convention recently and he was speaking and someone asked a question and he's like, and because it's his wife, he's like, oh yeah, we were at the Ahsoka um, filming, not thinking I'm not in Ahsoka. And people were like, is Obi-Wan showing up in
Oh no,
Ahsoka?
because he was there for her.
So like everyone was like freaking out because of how he worded it. They're like,
Yeah.
did he just? And he's like, they had to like go back and like, he is not in the show.
Oh
Like
my God,
he
Danny,
was
do
there
we
to
need to do a
support.
mini episode about the hunt for Ben Solo?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
Okay, this is how much I really dislike political episodes. I took no notes, and I'm glad that we did 3 episodes because for me, the only thing we got out of this was that the Trade Confederation is being sneaky about their ties to the separatists,
Yes.
right? Where they're saying that X is a zealot and we don't follow him. But like, how did you know that the Republic broke through the blockade on the planet by the separatists unless you're in cahoots with them.
Yes.
That the fly people, I've already forgotten their name, ha- are moral grandstanders and they stand on business. That was nice. And they clearly want to help the Republic without crippling their economy.
Yes.
Um,
We also had Senator Organa, which when I first heard it, I was
I did
like,
not like his animation. That's all I could
well,
think of.
I try to look past the animation because in general the style is rough for me. But I like initially when I heard Senator Organa, I was like, Leia. I was like, wrong,
No,
wrong Organa.
Bale. We're still in Bale life.
I know that, but like that's just where my brain goes. And then he appeared on screen. I was like, right, I'm in the wrong era right now.
Yeah, Leia is still an egg at this point. Um, but yeah, no, that's why I was just like, we didn't really get a lot. There was just a lot of political positioning for this
Mhm.
episode. So, like, that's why I was kind of like, I'm kind of enjoying that we maybe do 3 episodes because I feel like there's always going to be one that's like, there's not a lot that we connect to. The payoff for this episode, I know, is not going to happen till much later.
Yes.
And that's why it's just like, it's
I
one of
think
those
we
setup
gave you the
episodes.
information, but we're not going to.
Yeah.
So you are going to be excited about this. Our next 3 episodes, The Clone Wars, Season 1,
Yes, one, two, and
Episode 1, 2,
three.
and 3, Ambush, Rising Malevolence, and Shadow of
Yeah.
Malevolence.
Malevolence. A lot of malevolence in those
Yeah, because
episodes.
then the next set is Destroy Malevolence, which I'm like, oh, I
I
wish
know.
we
I
would
was
have
like,
evened
ooh,
out,
we
but it
kind
didn't
of,
work out. We failed on that, and there's some coming up where I'm like, oh, we might have to look at this because some of them look like they're sets of 3 that we might have to
yeah,
adjust a little.
I think we do have to do that. Some of them.
We might do actually, I'm gonna make this call right now.
Let's do
Our
4.
next episode, we're gonna do 4 because later on there's Downfall of a Droid, Duel of Droids, and those were split up. So we're gonna do 4 episodes,
And then we'll go to 3.
and then we'll go to 3. So we're gonna do season 1, episode 1 through 4, Ambush, Rising Malevolence, Shadow of Malevolence, and Destroy Malevolence.
Yes, the Malevolence trilogy
Yes. And then that'll get us back on route for some of these threes to fall properly in place.
properly.
Because it looks like they are
We'll
set.
play around with it, I think. It's
We'll keep you guys updated. Each episode, at the end of the episode, we will tell you what we are doing. Another thing, if you want to know what we're doing, is you can follow us on social
on
media. We haven't had this
socials.
conversation in a while, and it's season 2. So on Instagram, you could follow us at Not the Droids Pod. On YouTube, Not the Droids Pod. We are on TikTok, but I've been really bad about updating it. So hopefully,
Yeah.
well, it might be there, it might not. We'll
We'll
see.
post something.
Yeah.
Um,
And Threads. I'm always active on Threads with Not the Droids Pod.
yeah, I was gonna say Threads is probably the best place to
Yeah.
have a conversation with the podcast. And then of course, Spotify, all the places.
All the places. So listen, subscribe, like, do all those things. Join me in my conversation on Threads because this week I was very saddened to hear that I started a countdown requesting the date for Young Jedi because they
Which
told
I
us
thought was
fall
brilliant.
2025. And I was like so ready. 2 days into it, I actually posted the third one and then had to delete it because they announced that it is going to be delayed till spring of 2026, which is actually good for the pod, not good for my soul.
Not good for my soul. I I
Mhm.
kind of love that show.
I I love that show, and someone made a comment to that thing about how that show should end, and I was very well behaved because I really just
I
wanted to
did
be
see
like
that. I
I
did
wanted to be
see
like,
that.
canonically, that is not anywhere near this timeline.
Now we're about 200 years,
Yes, but
220 years in the past.
my goal is to always be a positive space for Star Wars. So I refrained from being like, "Hey, you obviously aren't quite aware of the time frame of the Young Jedi Adventures."
Yeah, you were pretty good about it. I was trying to get the balloons or the
It's the
fireworks. No, you are constantly the positive part. I saw that and I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore it.
it took everything within me to be like,
We're here mourning the hunt for Ben Solo. So until next time, we're not the droids you're looking for.
but we're the droids you're gonna get.